to week 3 of our online lessons. Congratulations to everyone who has completed last week's tasks. Quite a few people have received full marks on the quiz, and I love the photos that you've sent me. This week we're concentrating on page 9 of your Essential Elements 2, and we're going to develop our skills with dynamics and syncopation. But first, time for some warm-ups. Turning to page 36 of your Essential Elements book, I'd like you to work on number 175. This is a scale and arpeggio in our favourite key from last week, concert C major. I'm hoping you can play this without having to write the sharps or naturals through the piece, but just using the key signature. If you've previously marked them when you've worked on this exercise, try rubbing it out or playing it from memory. Woohoo! That sounds like fun. Number 176. After you get your head around these notes in that key signature, then it's time to work on the articulation to make it perfect. This exercise has many two-note slurs. Remember that the second note should be played lighter. The notes that are not slurred, of course, should be played tongued. Now back to page 9 with our work on dynamics and syncopation. The first one we're looking at is a roving. Number 39, it is a sea shanty. I hope you'll recognise the melody. Unfortunately, I didn't. I'm obviously not up on my sea shanties. But you will get your head around it. In the yellow box on the top of the page, right here, we have the dynamics from piano, mezzo piano, mezzo forte, and forte. In this song, you are only asked to play 2 dynamics. That's mezzo piano and forte. Now, the trick that they have here is that there is no gradual crescendo or decrescendo. The change is subito, suddenly from the soft to the loud and then back down again. So that is a little bit of a trick for you. Now, number 40, syncopation. This is when you should have accents. They come along as a surprise. Have a look at the YouTube clip that I've linked with us. I think it's a fabulous job explaining how syncopation should work.
Good morning, this is Dwayne, and today we're taking a look at the subject of syncopation. We've been doing a series of videos about music theory, and we've titled it Good Stuff You Really Ought to Know About Music. And one of the things you ought to know about music is syncopation. Syncopation is kind of like humor in literature. It takes you by surprise. In other words, I grew up with a poem on the wall of my bedroom that my folks put there years ago by Joyce Kilmer called Think That I Shall Never See, a poem lovely as a, and you can probably complete the verse, it's tree, isn't it? But what if somebody said, I think that I shall never see a poem lovely as a cockroach? Well, that would be jarring, wouldn't it? It would be unusual. It would throw you off. Well, in a way, the same thing happens in music. We all grew up hearing this sort of thing. In other words, steady beats. Right? Whatever it is, okay? But when we have this, what's going on there? The accent's on the and instead of 1. Normally the beat, if it's in 4/4 time, normally the heavy beat's on 1 and 3. If you're in 3/4 time, it's on 1. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1. But 4 times, 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. The accent's on 1 and 3, isn't it? But what if you have the accent on the and? So those are all ands. 1. Okay, that's a sense of surprise, and that's all syncopation is. It's where the accent falls on a beat you don't expect it to. And that's really all you need to know about syncopation. Of course, it has to, in each particular piece, you need to practice it and work it out. But that's really the definition of syncopation, and that's one of the many things you really need to know about music. So we'll see you tomorrow with another idea like this. If you like these little videos, come on over to playpiano.com and sign up for our entire series of video tips. So hope to see you there. Bye-bye for now.
Number 41, in sync, is the same rhythm that you've just clapped in number 40. Remember that anyone who's listening to the music should be able to hear the contrast when you are playing accented notes. Number 42, La Roca. It's a Puerto Rican folk song, and it's in our favorite key of concert C. It starts with it starts on beat 4. So be sure to count yourself in with how many counts? 1, 2, 3, and then start on 4. We have some crescendos and diminuendos where you'll need to play the dynamic change gradually. Number 43, this is we're not doing that one yet. Let's go back to 42. I'm going to play it for you. So this is La Roca, starting forte, 2, 3. 2, 3. 2, 3, and back. 2, 3. 2, 3. 2, off. All right, so that's a fun song. When we change the dynamics, should we change the tempo as well? No. When we turn up the sound on your favorite recordings, the music doesn't get faster. It's only louder. Okay, very important to remember. Number 43. Essential Elements Quiz, You're a Grand Old Flag. In this song we have syncopation, dynamics, and lots of accidentals. So much fun in playing it. I don't know if you know the words. I did find them. Let's see if I've got them still up here. Wikipedia, I thought. No, it's not. I might put them up later. All right, so Grand Old Flag, lots and lots of fun to do. Now, from last week, finishing off that work, I want you to do a recording for me with one of the backing tracks from the Essential Elements, either Loch Lomond or Molly Malone, whichever is your favourite, and send it to me either as an audio, a video, using your phone, or through the Essential Elements website if you've figured out how to use it. It is tricky, and I'm sorry about that. But otherwise, you can just use your phones because you all seem pretty good at that.
This video is to help you record and submit Jingle Bells on Essential Elements Interactive. So you're going to see Jingle Bells underneath my assignments. You can also get to Jingle Bells by going to my studio or clicking on here. So I'm going to click on under my assignments. I'm going to click on it again, and it's going to pop up for me right away. To record, you have to press the red record button. That's all you need to do. Just press the red record. Don't press play because then it won't record you. So I'm going to press the red record button right now. You're going to hear the 4 clicks to let you know that you're going to play very soon. You'll begin to play along with the recording. I'm going to stop it early, but you're going to go ahead and play through the whole piece. You will now see that there's a take 1 down here. You can go ahead and listen to that take. You'll begin to... Let's say you want to do another take. Come back up to the record button. Press record. Listen for the 4 clicks. Go ahead and start to play. I'm going to stop it early again. You should now have 2 takes down here. You can listen to both. Decide which one you want to use. Whichever one you want to use. Notice that this will change depending on which one is highlighted. So right now I have take 1 highlighted. It says save take 1. I would like to save take 1. So it's going to save it, and where it's going to save, look over to the left-hand side of your screen. It's going to say saved recordings, right above view song list. So saved recordings is where that recording is. So go ahead and click on saved recordings. And I actually have a couple recordings in here. So let's say I'm not sure which one I want to submit. I can press play, figure out which one it is. And just so you know, you can record any piece. It doesn't have to be an assignment. Let's say you want to show me Twinkle Twinkle Little Star number 31 over winter break. You can record it and submit it to me so that I'm able to listen to it over break. So it doesn't have to be an assignment. You're going to go ahead and click on whichever one you want to submit. Now, if you submit it, what may happen is when you press submit, it's going to say you must first click my comments to select assignment options. So if you look over here, here's my comments. I'm going to click on my comments. I'm going to go down here and drop down menu. You're going to see Jingle Bells. So I'm going to click on Jingle Bells. And I'd like you just to kind of write a sentence or 2 about how you felt about that recording. Maybe there's something you felt you did really great. Maybe there's something you'd like to improve on. Go ahead and type that in there. It doesn't need to be more than 1 or 2 sentences long. Go ahead and save it. And then you can go ahead and click on submit. When the button turns blue, you know that you have submitted your recording and you are all set to go. So that is how you are going to record and submit your assignment on Essential Elements Interactive.
So that just leaves Twist and Shout that we worked on last week. Now I want to hear this played with the backing track. I don't want you to stress too much about it. I know it will be great. I was surprised when I looked at it that the repeated notes have a diminuendo on it. And I thought it should have a crescendo. Do, 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 and go up and then down. If you find that more comfortable rather than da, 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 dee, 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 do that. All right. So just as long as you can tongue those notes, and then I want to hear the slur in the downward section coming afterwards. Now, I think that's all for this week. So thank you for your practice, your diligence, and I hope to see you soon in real life. But you're doing a great job just keeping me busy. All right. I'll see you soon. Bye.